In reduction, what do we see? That here the activity of the terminal meristem, it becomes suppressed. It does not grow further, resulting due to which more and more shorter branches will start developing. Because see, if after some time the formation of the new you can say new dichotomous branching is not, if there is reduction in the terminal branches, then the length is going to reduce itself, due to which what happens, the syntelome will be modified, or it will be transformed into a single needle like leaf. Okay. So here you can see, earlier there was, see, first is here, this is the overtopping process. Now you can see these has become little branch, it has become the main branch. This is the overtopping process. Now after that, what has happened, after overtopping, you will see that okay, this is the overtopping only. Then you can see these dichotomy, now they have grouped themselves into a single needle like structure. This is called as reduction. Okay, this is the reduction process. So this process accounts that how simple leaves have arisen in the lycopods. Okay, how these simple leaves have arose from the in the lycopods. Then we have the last thing, that is the curvation. How this curvation occurs? It is due to the unequal growth of tissues on the two opposite flanks of the telome. Okay, that means due to the unequal growth of the tissues. If there is unequal growth, then there will some changes might occur. It has two processes. So the first is your recurvation, then we have incurvation. You can see the structure. See what happened here, the telome bends inwards, no? Where the telome bend inward, downward, sorry, recurvation. Okay, it is recurvation. So here what will happen, that it will bend downward. You can see here also, see, this was the telome, it has bended downward like this, inward and axis, towards the axis, it is bending towards the axis. Okay, the inward projecting sporangia or sporangiophore of equisetum are the result of this process. Due to this recurvation only, the sphenopsida, basically like your equisetum, it belongs to sphenopsida. So it has been observed that due to this, the sporangia of sphenopsida have been formed. Due to this only the sporangia are like this in case of sphenopsida. Then is your incurvation. Here what happens, the sporangia shifted towards the ventral surface. Okay, they have shifted towards the ventral surface of the leaf. That means like your case is your ferns. In ferns, what do we see, they are present on the upper surface of the leaves at the margin of the leaves. So it is incurvation, they have come upwards. Here in case of recurvation, they have went downward, while in case of incurvation, they have come upwards. So this is how the telome theory was explained. Okay, now we have the merits of the telome theory. um, okay, talking about the merits, it was the best theory to explain the origin and evolution of sporophyte of land plants. How these sporophytes of the land plants have evolved, it was explained on the basis of telome theory only. Okay, because it considered both living as well as fossil genera. This was the most important thing. And the processes that were explained by Zimmerman, like overtopping, planation, webbing, reduction, and curvation, it it gives a very basic mechanism how these structures have evolved themselves. Okay, how these structures have evolved. Somewhat later on, Eames also he also said that this theory is built upon structure in the lowest known vascular plant. Higher plants can be safely interpreted in this way. He said that the higher plants can also be interpreted with the help of this theory. Then some more scientists like Bayer-Horst also, he said this theory is very simple and it is very applicable to explain the how the evolutionary part is taking place. Okay. Now talking about the demerits. So first of all, Zimmerman could not explain from where this telome has arisen. It was an hypothetical concept. He said there was a ready-made structural unit. He does not say from where these telomes have come, from where these telomes have arisen. Okay, first. Apart from this, many several genres have more complex structure, like Xylophyton or like Zoosterophyllon. They have very complex structure. He could not explain those structures. Okay. Then, according to telome theory, all leaves in the plants are telomic in nature. But it was seen, according to Bauer, he said that the leaves are the outgrowth of the stem. Then this point was also not explained by Zimmerman. Okay, so the polystylic condition about which he has talked in syngenesis, if you remember, he said that the polystylic condition might have arisen in the Silagilna due to syngenesis and webbing. Okay, but he did not explain how siphonostylic, actinostylic conditions have arose. So this was also left to be explained, although this was later on explained with the help of Steeler theory, but these were some of the demerits. Okay, so these are some of the points that I have not mentioned in the slide. I'll provide you with the PDF. Do read that PDF. In case if you have any query, do ask me.